Bam! Alright guys, I knew I'd catch a fish on this bait with no problem. I've been using small baits today guys. That's what's been my, so far for this is my third video. I'm stocking some up so I can load y'all some on Friday. I loaded y'all one today. Today is Friday. I loaded y'all a video today that I made yesterday on Gaston. I'm on Kerr Lake today. Y'all see there's no houses right here? That's right. No docks either, is it? Floating docks. Okay. I'm not catching big crappie. I'm finding schools of crappie on brush piles. And one thing I like about this lake, it's full of brush piles. Stinger Junior, flash color. Water is about 4 foot visibility or better. I started off with the bigger baits and I threw around a few times. Nothing happened. I went to the little bit. Right, that's the 1.5 minnow. Okay. I went to this. It's 1.5 inch. It's a small minnow. Made a video with that, no problem. Went to the bug, yeah, no problem. Even used the TNT and worm. So I sat there for a minute, caught my breath, and I thought, I got to use something else small. I mean, small baits are doing good. Let's try some other small baits. So I laid them out here, all 1.5 inch baits, okay? I've got the Stinger in a couple of colors, and I've got Tadpole Junior and Tweety Bird. They're all 1.5 inch baits. Excellent when you got clear water. The fishing's still a little tough. It's a little bit better up here today, but I still a lot of fish just follow me, you know, like I'll follow it and maybe smell it a couple times, lick it a little bit. That's all I want to do. that's enough for me. That's how some of them are acting, you know. So what I'm doing, I'll show you the brush pile. Here's a brush pile. Like I said, there's a lot of them on this lake. Okay, now watch. I'm gonna turn my handle here, guys. Like I say, it's a couple more here. Alright, I don't see the other ones right now, but there's 3 or 4 here. You can't see, we're too far from it now. Right in here, and the wind's chopping. There's a tree sticking out of the water over there, a couple limbs. There's a few on it, but I got hung up there, so I gave up on that. But I have found about 6 brush piles just making circles here, guys. That's what people do up here. There's a lot of places like that there's no homes. When trees fall over from wind or damage, whatever they do, or they bring it with them. But I think they're getting them off the banks when they're damaged trees and stuff that are dying. And they drag them out here, hook a weight cinder block to them, and bam. This lake is full of brush piles, full of them. You just run around with your side scan, you'll find some of them. Next cast. Just like SpongeBob. Yeah, I knew this color have no problem. You got clear water, guys, you're not going to beat the flash color. You're just not going to beat that. That Virginia shad, you're not going to beat it. You got clear water. I just need to find some bigger crappie. Now, I have caught a couple about 11 inches. That's a black crappie. Most of them have been catching the white crappie. So, all right, we know the flash. I could just sit here and drain that. Oh, hook sharp too. All right, this is the ice color. So how many casts do y'all think it will take me? Oh, look, it's got a little chunk messing out of it. Told y'all I fish with the seconds. See, I don't put, a lot of baits I fish with, they have a flaw in them. I put them in my pile and I put them in my boat. I can't sell them to y'all. I ain't gonna say y'all baits with a flaw in them, but you know what? The crappie don't care, guys. All right, I'm a little closer than I usually get to crappie. I usually like 35, 40 feet. You know, I'm not like getting close to them, but the reason I'm closer today is these small baits, I can only throw them so far. You don't have no weight, it's 1/32 ounce. Plus, you don't have no plastic there, you know what I'm saying? The more plastic you have, the easier it is to cast it, right? So I don't have a bunch of weight in the plastic. So I don't see my bait, I don't know how close I even got to it. Sometimes I can see it, sometimes I can't. I'm just watching the fish movement. If I see the fish move, I know I'm close to them. All right, I felt something that time. I don't think that was a fish, I think it was a brush pile. Oh, a baby too. I say a baby, he's 8 inches probably, 8 1/4, maybe 8 3/16. All right, guys, I'm gonna move. We're gonna keep fishing small baits. This is the ice color Stinger Junior. I told you I was gonna throw. All right, guys, I moved a good little ways. Found another brush pile. Like I said, this lake's full of them. You just gotta kick around. I haven't went nowhere. I started down in there, and I don't know how many fish I've caught, and I've probably seen 6 brush piles. And I know it's a couple down there where I pointed, below where I started. That's the way I was planning on going. And all right, guys. Sometimes I cut that out. That's a baby too. You know, can't pick how big they are. Trying to find some bigger fish. I've never fished some of these brush piles. It's the first time I think I've ever fished them. I just went around. See here? There's quite a few there. They go from 20 to 40 feet. So it's a 20-foot brush pile. That's about all further I can throw toward the wind. And I'm about the middle of the brush pile, about 35 feet. So this little bait don't throw the best. And I got a 1/32 ounce. I seen a fish move already. He said, "There comes a piece of candy." I don't know. I don't see my bait now. I'm just moving it some. It's I'm kind of watching the fish's behavior there. So the wind's blown enough. It will push your bait around too when you're using a 1/32. I see some fish shuffling a little bit, so I know they're pretty close to them. They're paying attention to it. They're seeing it. All right, there's one. So now I didn't see my bait. I just seen a fish move every once in a while. If I seen a fish move, you see what I done? I just slowed down a little bit and I start reeling again. Give them a chance to check it out. Bam. All right, this is another color I knew wouldn't be no problem. This has been a great selling color in the smaller baits, the ice color. All right, bam. Now I switch bait shapes on y'all and course color. This is a great clear water color. I know some of you have bought it and made comments about it. Oops, fish came right off in the boat. That's fine, we'll take him off anyway. That's why I net a lot of my fish, guys. He's a little nicer. He might be 10 inches. I think he's 9 7/8. This is the ocean color. Okay. I'm getting his tail. This is the ocean color and the tadpole. Yep, look at the flopping tail. Tadpole Junior. Y'all know that's one of my favorites. I have a lot of confidence in this Tadpole Junior, guys. I just catch a lot of fish on it. No problem. It's got a little bit bigger body. It's easier to throw. I threw it on out there easy, no problem. Stinger's a little harder to throw, but as you've seen, it catches fish. So that's the main thing, right? All right, I'm going to re-rig him and throw him again. He moved him a little bit on there. We're going to try him again. All right, guys, next cast. They're just not getting any bigger. He's a little smaller. He might be 8.5, 8 3/4. You know, it's a good thing to see. That means there's a lot of nice fish will be here in the future, right? Guys, I've seen more crappie. Okay? I've seen more crappie. I started over there. I know it looks like a long ways. It's probably 125 yards. I have not started my outboard. I just been running along with my trolling motor, okay? I've seen more crappie from there to here than I've seen in a couple weeks on Gaston, fishing a couple times a week. Yeah. This lake just has more crappie. I told you, I said this before, I think I said this Wednesday night, for some of y'all to watch that. We don't have the huge population. This lake does. This lake has a huge population of crappie. And that's another reason why. It's not many houses on this lake. If they are, they're like these houses here. They're back up off the water. You can see the house up there. And they have floating docks because the water fluctuates. So there's really not many docks here to fish, and they will get under the floating docks at times. So people put brush in the water. So there's a lot of stuff for them to get on all over this lake. This lake is 50,000 acres. Gaston, where I live on, is 20,000. So this lake is twice as big and more, and it's got a lot of fish on it. And they catch a lot of 2-pounders up here in the spring. They have tournaments up here a lot. There's a bait shop over here called Bobcats. That's where I have my baits. He sells some of my baits. And he has tournaments out there. Quite a few a year, 5 or 6 a year out there. He has a lot of crappie baits, guys. If y'all are in the area, he has a lot of stuff. He's on 15 over there, okay? I'm off of 58 here where I put in. You just go stay on. It goes right down into the town of Clarksville. You hit 15, you can cross the bridge down there. It's a new bridge you can cross. It takes you right over. You get and you can get, it's a bypass, and you can get back off on 15 just a little ways after you cross the lake. He's just a mile or so down the road. And there's a boat ramp. You can almost see a boat ramp from his store that you can put in at too. So there you go. If you come into Gaston Go by Bobcats. He has all kinds of rods and reels, crappie rods, all different lengths, 10 foot, 12 foot. He has live minnows. He has a big selection of crappie baits, a lot of brands. A lot of Bobby Garland, a lot of other brands. Check him out. All right, guys, I just cast it over there. I was just thinking as I'm sitting there waiting for my bait to sink and I don't see it, I'm going to start reeling it. This is a color and a bait that I just almost bet you on that I'd catch a fish on within 2 casts. I've got to get close to him. I don't know where it's at. I've seen a fish move, so I'm thinking it's close to the brush pile. That's the trick too. You got to be close to them. They won't come off that brush pile very far, guys, and run a bait down. I can tell you that now. If you don't have the bait close to them, and I don't think I am. I don't think I'm being close to the brush pile. I seen one fish move. Let's start again. Let me get lined up with it here. The wind's carrying my bait some. I see it this time. There's my bait falling down. So the wind's dragging my bait some. It's dragged me off course that time. All right, I seen a fish move. I see a couple fish moving. That's usually a sign that they can see it. You're close to it. There you go. Like I said, I guarantee you if I get it close to that brush pile, this bait's going to catch one. That's a baby. And I'm going to move too. That is a baby. He got milk on his breath. Is that milk on his lips there? I think he was weaning about a week ago. Boy, you better go back and find Mama. All right, this is the tadpole. Excuse me, not tadpole. Excuse me. This is the Tweety bird, okay, in flash. Yep, the Tweety bird. Now it's got, I know it looks like a tadpole. That's why I said that, guys. But it's got split tails. Yep. All right, I'm going to find another brush pile, guys. These fish here are right small. And let's see if we can find some bigger fish, okay? Ain't no problem catching them. I just want to try to find some bigger fish. Wow. Bam. All right, guys, I moved a long ways. You can see way down there. Like I said, I just don't think I'm going to find any big fish. I think the big, hit myself in the face with the fish. I think the big fish are running open water a lot. And I'm seeing a fish every now and then in open water that could be a crappie, but the problem is that they're moving along too much. I don't get a chance to throw at them. When they're moving along like that, it's just not going to happen. That's a white crappie. Hooked myself the second time today. All right, guys. Don't y'all just love that? All right, guys. You can see it right here. So I'm about 35 feet from them. That's about where I like to be. 35, 40 feet. Especially if you got any wind. And I'm using a light jig head. I can see it this time. I don't see it all the time. I see it flickering. So sometimes it just depends. All right, it's really close to them. I see a fish move, so they done seen it. I see a couple come up. One of them had it. I took it away from him. One of them had it in his mouth, and I probably just jerked it out of his mouth. Yep. All right, Tweety bird. I'm throwing a Tweety bird ocean color, as you can see. I line myself up with this handle. That's my guide, which direction I want to cast. I feel like I'm the right distance. I don't see my bait. Very hard to see. There it comes. It's flickering down. I got a 34 transducer, and I heard the guys in Crappie Connection talking about it. The field of view on it is not as wide. I think it's a big difference from that and a 32. And they said they're running both. Well, I can't do that. I can't afford both. Guys, if you go online and look, you go pass out when you see how much the transducer is. Just the transducer. You're going to be like, oh my gosh. I had a 32 and, no bites that time, guys. I had a 32 and the 32 quit on me. It got to where my picture was rocking, and I asked the Garmin guru what he thought, and he said something so-and-so was bad. Well, that's all he said. I can't remember what he called it now. So anyway, I went and done some research. What he meant was my transducer was bad. I don't know why he just didn't say my transducer was bad, but he made me look it up and research it, and that's what it said. So I bought a new transducer. So instead of buying a 32, I bought the new 34. And I'm happy with it. I got a good picture. But they're talking about the difference at a distance. They say the 34 is better at a distance, and the 32 is better at close range. Well, the 32 is, but I should have went on and got a 32 then, because I I got it on 50 foot. Usually I leave it on 50 foot. Y'all know that, 45, 50 foot. I don't like to get close to my fish unless I have to. I have today some because I've been throwing smaller baits, and like right now the wind's blowing. As the wind gets to blowing, I either have to go to a heavier weight, right, or I get a little closer. I'm not doing something right. There it is. I wonder why I wasn't getting bites. I think one of them already had it and I didn't know it. I started reeling slow and I felt him. I'm thinking, why ain't I getting any bites? One of them done, wow, one of them done grabbed it. Come on, meanie. Oh my goodness, you're mean. I don't know how good your hook, because I think you had, oh, he's decent. There's a few bigger fish in this school. But I think he had it the whole time and I didn't know it. Oh yeah, baby. That's what we're talking about. He's probably 11 and a half. Appreciate you, big boy. I've got a couple, maybe that big this morning. That's a nice fish. Okay, that's on the, that could be the thumbnail. I better hold on. Let me get him turned around the sun can hit him. Yep. There you go. That's a nice color, guys. Ocean Tweety bird. All right. And I sell some Tweety birds, but I'll be honest with you. I thought the Tweety bird, when I added to the site, I thought the Tweety bird was just going to be this big seller. I thought, man, watch these guys. This little bait got twin tails. It casts good. It skips like a dream. I sell some, but I think the biggest deal is getting y'all to use them. So that's why I give y'all free bait. Somebody asked me this week in a comment, emailed me. They said, thank you for the extra baits. And then people comment sometimes, hey, I caught fish on those extra baits you gave me. Guys, I give you those baits. If you order Willowtails, I'm going to try to give you, I make extra baits. I'm getting low now, I got to make some more. I'm about out. But when I'm at the shop sometimes, I just get out some of the scraps and make some extra baits. So I'm going to send you something you didn't order. I'm going to send you LC shad in a dual color, a fry, a shiner swim bait, maybe the chaos. I'm going to put 3 or 4 different things in that bag, and usually a mixture of body shapes and usually a mixture of colors, to send you something that you didn't buy, a color that you didn't buy, hopefully, okay? So you can get to see them. You lay them in your hand, you go like, man, I like them, right? Makes a big difference. You get to see them in your hand, and some of y'all come back and say, I caught fish on what you sent me, so hey, I'm ordering some of them. That's it. Give me a chance to fish something free and something that you didn't order. Not getting any bigger. Guys, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm trying to find some bigger fish, but it ain't happening. Got that one nice one. I can't control how big they are. That's a baby there. A little bit of my the red jigs and the blue jig heads, when y'all buy them, I sent some out this morning. Y'all guys buy them, and it's a rubber base. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a rubberized finish. It's pretty tough. The other colors are just normal jig head paint, and this stays on pretty good. But this rubberized is tough. I'm gonna tell you. This was the wild color Tweety bird in the wild color. Yep. Wild is smoke. Silver, red, and black flake. Works real good. You can see, had no problem. That was first cast with that color, guys. Damn. Oh, he might be a little bit bigger. That one nice one came off this pile. That was it. All right, guys, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go head back in toward where I put in. And I know where 1 or 2 brush piles are on my way back in. I'm going to stop and check them, all right? Bam. All right, guys, I moved. And I found about 10 crappie in a small tree. And I thought, let's see if they're any bigger. Sometimes they're bigger fish. And I threw the wild Tweety bird at them, and they kept smacking it. And I thought, let's switch colors. So I went to the Stinger Junior in the blue boy color, first cast. Sometimes you just got to do that. You got to change colors, guys. All right. Sometimes you just got to think, well, what is wrong here? I reckon they're kind of like us. Some of us like chocolate cake, and some of us rather have banana or pineapple upside down cake. So there you go. Get where y'all can see it. That's a nicer fish. He's about 11 inches, 11 and a quarter probably. He went straight back like a bullet too. He knew exactly where that where that treetop is, didn't he? All right, guys, I moved about, I don't know, 40 or 50 feet, and I found another brush pile. And there was a couple here on this turn, because I've caught them here before. Like I said, I fish up here usually a couple times a year. It's a white crappie. And I haven't been up here since probably May or June, I would say was the last time I was up here. I might have came up here 2 or 3 times this spring. I was up here one day, it was real windy. I think the last time I was up here. And it's really not that far for me to come up here. It's about 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. That's not the problem. Okay, Stinger Junior, Blue Boy. And if somebody ordered some Blue Boy Stinger Juniors today, I sent them out to you. They're on the way to you. There you go. I just proved they catch fish. Okay, and clear water. Like I said, visibility here is about 4 foot. So that's why I'm using junior baits, Tadpole Juniors in this video. Tweety birds. All right. All right, guys, I think I've been through them all. I got a pile right here. I think I've been through them all. I think the only thing I haven't caught anything on right now is the ice color Tweety bird, I think. But we'll try that. And hey, we might just call it a day. I hear the Mexican restaurant calling me. They're saying, Dennis, you haven't been through, and it's Friday. I usually don't go in there, guys, to 2:30, 3 o'clock anyway. I go about at that time because it's quiet. Sometimes I'm the only one in there, or it's only a handful of people in there. Okay, and I like that. I can order what I want, and I sit there and I look at my phone. And I talk to the owners. Sometimes the owner, he'll come over and stand there and talk to me for 10 or 15 minutes. We talk fishing and everything else. He just bought a house close to me. He lives on the lakefront subdivision now, right below the restaurant, and we shoot the bull a little bit about fishing and different things. All right, let's see if we can. Let me see if here it is. So the other one was up there. I caught the other one off of. But I found this one last year. Now, like I said, I've gotten pretty close to them because with the wind and everything, I can't control my bait. And with these brush piles, if I can't see my bait, then it's really hard for me to fish them. Because all I do is get hung up. I've done lost 3 or 4 jigs today. I had a bite, guys. So I let my jig fall down in amongst them. So I don't know. That's what I'm doing, okay? I'll see if I can find it. Let me see if I can. Let me make this picture bigger. All right. I'm going to stand here and try to help you. I don't know how much glare I got. All right. Right there's my bait, right here. All right. There's one fish right there. Blow it. He says, I see it. All right. It's right above him right there. See it? Right, one of them's got it. See him got it right there. There he is coming in there above the pile. He run up, see him come up here and get it. He just came up like, hey, it's mine. Fair catch, you know. He's like a baseball player. I can handle this one. He's fighting too. It's a good one to end on, guys. That's a nice fish. And see, this fish was aggressive. The other one, he just kind of looked at it and went, nah, I don't think I want that. This one came out of the pile like, it's mine. And that's what you catch out of these schools. You catch the aggressive ones. And once you catch all the aggressive ones, that's why they end. Now, I'm going to tell you something about this last pile that I left back there. Okay, that's ice tadpole. Excuse me, ice Tweety bird. Ice Tweety bird. So I don't know if I used that or not, but I did. I picked it back up. That's a nice fish, guys. That's amongst the nicer fish I've caught today. He's probably right at 12 inches. Look how thick he is. Yeah. Thank you, Jesus. We'll take him like that all day long. God is good all the time. Guys, at that last brush pile up there, reason I left it, I caught the one off of it I showed y'all. I threw back over there, and I could see my bait. When my bait got down close to the fish, every one of them went down further in the brush pile. It's only like 10 there. They all just went down to the bottom of it. I just reeled in and moved down here. Yeah, they're like, oh, no, you done caught one of us, and we know what you're doing. You know, you don't think they're smart. I don't think they're smart. But they know something's wrong, right? They know, well, that ain't real. They know something's wrong. You know, so they all sunk to the bottom of the brush pile. And so if you didn't have a live scope, you wouldn't learn that. You go like, oh, as long as you get that bait in front of them, they go bite it. No, that's not it. See, a lot of people don't have a live scope go like, well, y'all go out there, I hear this from people all the time, people I run into. y'all go out there and catch them all. I go, no, I'm catching more fish than I did before because I can find brush piles like that easier and I can see them, all right? That helps me put my cast where I need it, right? If I can see the brush pile on my live scope, I can put the cast where I need it. Just like this I showed you. I can see my bait a little bit, see it flicker once in a while. So I knew I was close to the fish. I let it drop to where I couldn't see it, so I knew it was amongst them. And then right before it got to them, that rolled up and grabbed it. So if I couldn't see the brush pile and only see it on side imaging, I used to put a buoy marker right there, right? I'd drop a marker down, I'd cast over and I'd have to count it down, okay? That's what helps you. You don't have to do the countdown or whatever. And I still do that. I still keep in my mind how deep my bait is if I can't see it. And you can't see it all the time, especially when I'm throwing 35 feet like that. Right now it's about, I can't see it. It's 26, 28 feet out there. I like having about 35. But like I say, I'm having trouble seeing my bait and controlling my bait with this wind blowing, so I got a little closer. All right? That's where a live scope helps you. It helps you with bait presentation. I think that's what I'm trying to say. It helps you with bait presentation, okay? Helps you find cover better. It does not make them open their mouth. It doesn't say, open sesame, and put this bait in there. It doesn't do that. You see them run from your bait. It's like at that brush pile up there. I see them all go to the bottom. A lot of y'all have live scope, know what I'm talking about. I heard Crappie Connection say it some other day. He said, Brad said, yeah, live scope's great. You can find them. You can catch a few. You also can see them turn and run. Yeah, they will turn and run from your bait. All right, guys, exactly right. Appreciate you. Dennis up on Kerr Lake today. I'm enjoying it. Like I say, it's not many houses here. You see floating docks around. Different scenery, a lot of woods. I haven't seen many boats. Didn't see many yesterday. Just a big lake. It's 50,000 acres. I like to come up here once in a while and get into the crappie. After today, like I said, I think I'll come up here next week and try to make a video using LC shad and good natural colors, okay? But when I started this morning, I started with bigger baits, different baits, and nothing happened. I went to the little bit, bam, 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 no problem. TNT worm. So I knew if I stayed to smaller baits, I was going to catch more fish. So that's what I done. And that Stinger Junior, Tadpole Junior, Tweety Bird, done the job on them. Guys, Dennis, Fishing Lake Country. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being a part of Fishing Lake Country. See you next time.